In a world where the day-to-day discourse is almost exclusively defined by mawkish displays of performative outrage, it can be difficult, impossible, to determine what you're supposed to be upset about on any given day, whether it's the war in Eastern Europe, the war in the Middle East, high inflation, rampant homelessness and drug addiction, the looming threat of a shooting war breaking out between the Texas National Guard and the illegal alien concierge service we used to call the Border Patrol. More on that in the main segment. And I could go on at some length, but the point is, there is no shortage of things about which to be indignant. But which thing is today's current thing? Where is one supposed to direct one's rage-gasming when there are so many potential targets? Well, for a question like that, it's probably best, as it often is, to take our moral guidance from woke Twitter. And of all the things that are wrong, both in the country and in the wider world more broadly, what is woke Twitter most upset about today? The Barbie movie didn't get enough Oscar nominations. Now, if you're a normal person with a functioning sense of good taste, you might be asking, wait, the Barbie movie got Oscar nominations? Yup, sure did. 8 of them, as a matter of fact. A 2-hour-long toy commercial interspersed with insufferable third-wave feminist moralizing has just received 8 Academy Award nominations. That is a real thing. But that's pretty much what the Oscars are now. The Academy got so spooked around 8 years ago, first by the Oscar so white thing and then by the Harvey Weinstein scandal, they decided to just untether these awards from any concern for quality or innovation or artistic merit, and they just give a whole shitload of nominations to whatever movie made the most money that year. And that's how you wind up living in a world of Oscar racial quotas where a fucking Barbie movie receives 8 nominations. And just to put the absurdity of it all into some sort of historical context, I submit the following selected list of pictures that also received 8 Oscar nominations in ascending chronological order. Mutiny on the Bounty, A Star is Born, Wuthering Heights, Casablanca, The Best Years of Our Lives, An American in Paris, Marty, Bridge on the freaking River Kwai, To Kill a Mockingbird, A Man for All Seasons, The Sand Pebbles, Fiddler on the Roof, The French Connection, The Poseidon Adventure, The Towering Inferno, All the President's Men, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Apocalypse Now, The Elephant Man, Raging Bull, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Right Stuff, Pritzi's Honor, A Room with a View, Witness, Platoon, The Remains of the Day, A Beautiful Mind, No Country for Old Men, The Dark Knight, Inglourious Bastards, Inception, Arrival, and Dunkirk, just to name 35. According to the world-renowned film experts at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, a 114-minute-long commercial for Mattel's flagship toy line belongs on the same level with all those pictures I just listed. How many nominations would have been enough? Well, the wokesters don't like to get into specifics all that much, as you may know. They prefer to leave things open-ended, so they don't tell us what number of nominations would have satisfied them. They just want us to know that with all due respect to the late, great Dick Van Patten, 8 is most decidedly not enough. And the anger seems to originate from the fact that none of the 8 nominations went to Margot Robbie, the lead actress, or Greta Gerwig, the director of the piece. And could it be that the members of the Academy simply thought there were 5 more deserving directors and 5 more deserving lead actresses? No, it could not. The only explanation, say the woke Twitterati, is sexism and patriarchy. Which is a bit confusing, since I'm pretty sure the 5 nominees for Best Actress are all women. So how do you arrive at a sexist patriarchal conspiracy just because one certain woman wasn't on the list? Unclear. And you know what else just confuses the living shit out of this reporter? This whole idea of Barbie being a feminist icon. Because I am old enough to remember living in a world, as you probably are too, where feminists hated Barbie with the white-hot burning intensity of 1,000 suns. For decades, we heard all about how it was Barbie herself who was an agent of the patriarchy. Blonde hair, long legs, pretty face, it is everything feminists are supposed to revile. Barbie promotes unrealistic expectations of female attractiveness, they wailed. She causes body dysmorphia and eating disorders in young girls. Barbie is pure evil and ought to be banned by the government, goddammit. And surely I can't be the only one who remembers this. For decades, we heard this sort of talk from the angry, bitter, hairy-legged, radical feminist crowd. And then one day, it all just stopped. As soon as we had Black Barbie and Latina Barbie and Body Positivity Barbie and Wheelchair Barbie and One-Legged Blind Eskimo Barbie and the executives at Mattel had duly learned to speak fluent wokesterese, Well, the feminists called off the dogs, and all was very quickly forgiven, and they all became enthusiastic, water-carrying proponents of a toy line they used to hate even more than shaving their armpits. And now we have Barbie, woke feminist icon. And say what you will about the wokesters, they are nothing if not principled.